I want to congratulate you for being on time.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
Welcome back, Sunday FUNDAY. We had a nice week off,
Did
but
we?
we're back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You did?
yeah, yep,
We're
sure did.
back.
I'm all for extending the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So, let's go around the room here. Does anybody have anything they'd like to show off from the week of? Ooh, Eric.
Oh,
Let's embiggen you first.
Well, Casey and some other people are rubbing off on me. So I got
Ooh.
classified
Ross Kahn.
stalker. Who?
Hashtag all in.
Eric,
No.
what are you doing?
Her first hit's free. Then you pay for the rest.
Don't do that to me. No. But no, that a 2-year-old stole the other one that I had. He came in, he's like looking at it, and he's like, ooh. And next thing I know, he was leaving and he wouldn't put it down. So I went to throat punch him, and he did the hurricane on me and left me laying in a pool of blood and pee in my living room.
And left victorious.
Well,
Yes.
wow.
I went to his house a couple weeks later, and he's like bringing me toys, and that was one of them. And he's like, he throat punched me,
Clearly,
walked away.
clearly has the soul of a warrior.
Yes.
Or a violent felon.
Yes.
Indeed. Anyone else?
Let's see.
Wes? Okay. Let's go, Wes.
Oh, Wes.
All right.
First off,
Classified.
what?
Ooh.
You got classified, right?
No. Got my stickers for Joe Fest.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
This is,
So
Great.
Yeah.
This is one of the versions. I'm going to make just a regular Joe Hunter 73, hopefully with a barcode or two barcodes that have a YouTube and Instagram account linked to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know if y'all missed my unboxing video on YouTube.
I haven't watched it yet. Don't spoil it. That's tomorrow work day.
Go ahead and spoil it.
Well, shit.
Look away.
Go ahead. I'll watch it.
Go offline.
Don't pick
Anyway, Wes.
Close your eyes.
So
Go
Hissing-
ahead. I'll watch it anyway.
Hissing Finger on Instagram. We've been chatting, so on and so forth. I think even the G.I. Joe Real American Hero collab group on Instagram. But send me the Black Major Shockwave Jungle version, I believe this is what this one's called. That Black Major did. It is
That's
totally
Yeah.
Black Major, as it's very loose. But he also sent me the Black Major Hiss Driver Techno thingamajig, and this
like
one
that.
is
fancy.
this one is super tight. And he also came with the barbecue head painted just like this, which actually looks even better. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Leonard,
Nice.
this guy is really cool. I'm digging him. Kind of reminds me of Chips.
Mhm.
That's
I was
what
thinking
Village
Reno,
people.
Reno 911.
Right?
No, his pants are too long.
Right. It's Dangle.
Also, I got 2 packs of these, so I think I'm going to open one and keep one in the pack. And then what's really cool is, since we were all talking about Fun School on the last O-Ring Operative show with Destro's Dungeon, he sent me some. Oh, of course, I grabbed the one that's not Fun School, but card back for Deep Six version 2, maybe
I think so.
89.
I think so.
Deep Six Fun School
Nice.
with the Russian stuff on the back, whatever. Top Toxo Viper, and Beachhead Fun School.
Look
So,
at you.
yeah, it was really cool.
Okay.
There's a couple other things. So yeah, Casey, you'll have to watch the video to watch what else he sent me.
You know I will.
Yeah, that was my haul for the week. So big thanks and shout out to Hissing Finger. And I think
Very
I
cool.
name wrong on the channel, but
All right. I know Max was eager. You're up. You're up.
So eager. I've already done reviews of these, but X-23 from Deadpool and Wolverine.
Nice.
And nice figure. Brown suit Wolverine, even nicer figure. Probably much better than the main yellow suit, yellow and blue that he wore in the movie. But this is a really fantastic figure. And then I have not done a review of this, but finally got Crazy Legs.
Nice.
And this was one of the last figures that I ever had as a Joe Collector original in the original line. And I was into karate at the time, and Crazy Legs was my nickname. So there's a kind of a connection. Like I have a soft spot for the name of this character. So
cool.
and it's a really good figure. Actually, one of the better. Him and Lifeline are really good figures. So I will be doing a review on that as soon as I can.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very
Nice.
cool.
Anybody else?
Clutch. All right.
Go ahead.
Here we are.
All right, so some of the new stuff that I acquired this week was more like, you guys know I'm usually hunting for fodder. So I do agree with Max. X-23 is a cool figure. I grabbed 2 of her because I'm going to totally steal that vest and her backpack and some things for a female knock project. Also, I do want to hear more about, like, did he give 4 kicks to the face for the price of 1? That story did not end, and I need more, because obviously we've got, you know, a Cobra Kai in our opening, and I'm all for sweeping the leg of kids at restaurants and all that. So we got to come back to that. We got to sock you back to that. But so I think you know, I did I'm showing this to kind of preview the item that's coming up that I acquired this week, but this was my Ripper that I did a little more like the comic book style. And I kind of did a side deal with Dookie if he checks in later, and he did a motorcycle specifically for Ripper. I was like, I want to ride for Ripper, and I'm gonna try to do justice to it by showing it here. I mean, the more I turned it around, the more I found little things about it. And I mean, he bubble wrapped the heck out of it, which is good because it looked like the postman kicked it up the, you know, the walkway, got the logos on the saddlebags. And for, you know, everybody remembers Dookie used to ride. So he kind of, you know, he did some things like put the, you know, the air intake right there. He did the seat to match the bullets. That is like a choke pull for like when they're riding. I don't totally understand it because I was not a biker myself. I had a little rice rocket for a brief time and didn't kill myself and lucked out and moved on. But
you can take it off and hit people with it. That's what's for.
That too. Yes, he said a lot of them kept weighted stuff in it. So Ripper fits really well on that, and that goes really well with some things that I finished this week. Was a ride for Zartan, which I nicknamed the Warhorse. So this is Zartan's Warhorse. He is not as into the classic style. This was made from a Red Hood bike, so we're going to kind of do a quick switcheroo. This is what it looked like before. This is what it looks like now. You see he has twin Gatling guns on the front, contributed from Mr. Heavy Duty. He's got some pineapple grenades to chuck at his pursuers. He has an extra pistol there. He has a satellite pack there in case he needs to pull over and call for a Cobra extraction. And I know some of you remember in the comic book that when Zartan first debuted, and I was telling Lady Spartan this, he was rolling down the street getting pursued by the Joes, and he flicks a switch on his bike and it starts to look like a Scooby-Doo van, which was totally friggin' awesome. And they just drive by, and meantime Zartan's like, stupid idiots, you know, they're all just flying by. So this bike is so supersized because it does have electronics in it that allows it to do, you know, masking. And of course he has logos on it, you know, got some manufacturing logos from Cobra on there. Not sure what I'm gonna do with the other bike yet, but and I do have Zartan decked out specifically for this bike. He has a specific helmet and vest. It's almost done.
Nice.
Started out with too much basic black, and Lady Spartan said that was boring, and I need to fix it. So, I always listen to my VP of operations. So, and it's ironic because I have something that kind of intersects with hillbillies, and I wanted to do a kind of little mini comment on it. So I cut off the cardboard, but we all know who this is, and this is for the budding customizers out there. I know Todrick is getting into it a little bit, and I just want to let people know, sometimes, like they say in The Patriot, aim small, miss small, right? You get an $8 or $10 figure and just say to yourself, what can I do with this? This is a plethora of good stuff right here. The gear on him and the saddlebag alone, I've used in numerous. It's all black. The boots kick ass. You can acetone the camo off and make it green. You can add green stripes, which, by the way, I have a very tactical Big Lob coming. I opened Big Lob and I was like, okay, no. We're going to make you more tactical. And Big Lob now looks like Delta. I will tell you, I kept the red tank top. I didn't desecrate, and I kept the Jordans that he has. But he looks like he's about to throw down in any climb in place. And I think I'm going to take Hit and Run and do the opposite. I'm going to make Hit and Run look like super, I forgot all my tactical gear, threw on some jeans and a camo shirt, and said F it. So yeah, I just want to tell people, get a figure at RossCon, or pick something up and say, what can I do with it? And don't worry about how many things you have in your coffers for gear and heads. You can trade with a lot of people, start opening up lines of communication to your friends on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and see who's got what. And also, shameless plug, we are doing our 800 follower giveaway for Instagram. Go and like the post, tell us your favorite Joe, Cobra, or Dreadnought, and we have 3 grand prizes. We have a custom. Who was the first one? I'll forget. Too many blows to the head. Punisher is second place. Who's the first prize? Major Blood,
right?
Major Blood custom. Yes, Bush Wars Major Blood, where he's wearing the claymore as a belt buckle, and he does have a wire running to it. Did some things different, made him a little edgy. He's not going out like no punk. That's his tagline. And Punisher armored up with a very unique head sculpt, second prize, and then a grab bag of enough goodies where you're gonna be like, holy crap, how much stuff does Uncle Clutch have if he was able to give me this? Fortunately for whoever wins that, I did kick over a container of very small items, and I got halfway through sorting them, and I was like, okay, the rest of these are going in the grab bag. I don't even want to sort anymore. So Major Blood, oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm getting heckled from the other room. So that's all I have. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
so had some good fun this week with stuff.
Nice. Mr. Casey.
Just one thing, and it's, I swear, one in toys is a bad influence.
Oh,
nice.
my
Got the American
God.
Nightmare. Cody Rhodes.
Rabbit hole.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, Casey,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
that guy's head was my first road pig that I did.
Oh yeah.
Yep, I used his head and gave him the red on the
I
hair,
could see that.
and took the tat off, and I could not match skin tone at that point, so it was not my finest hour. But yeah, I remember him fondly. He was road pig, but much leaner. He was in a cutting part of his life. He was getting ready for the stage.
I always thought the original Road Pig's face looked like Babe Ruth.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Casey, wait till Monday.
It's your fault because you put out these amazing reviews on wrestling figures, and it brings back the nostalgia of. I mean, I went back and watched WrestleMania 1 on Netflix.
Oh wow.
Gosh.
I've been doing that.
Okay. Wow.
Hey, who didn't you get who was it that got the Bret Hitman Hart?
It was Casey.
Casey.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I was in Walmart Friday, and
The journey begins.
I have been able to resist going down that rabbit hole, but I'm like, it's
Bret the Hitman Hart, what are you doing? Show respect.
They're just fun. You don't have to take them so seriously. It's just you know what? I don't see any Joes I want. I don't see any Motu I want. Man, there's some cool wrestling figures over there.
Yeah.
Well, Somebody has a package coming for Monday. More
I'm
something
excited
or
for
other.
those. Yeah. Billy got me. I know
Rowdy
one of them's
Roddy?
Jake, Rowdy Piper, and Jake the Snake.
Oh man.
Yeah. Casey's like, yeah, this is definitely not a rabbit hole.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
It's not a hole.
I didn't buy
Yeah.
those.
Yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
See, I looked at some of the wrestlers because I'm like, oh, maybe it'd be cool to have an Ultimate Warrior, but I just know where it doesn't lead anywhere good, because if you get that, then you got to have this, and then.
Now, I'm strictly an old school wrestler guy, but
Mhm.
as far as new wrestlers go, Cody's my favorite. So
Yeah. I have
Matt needs to get the demolition and customize them into more knocks.
Yeah.
I actually bought a Hitman Hart, and I got a long pants version, and he's gonna be that long hair, and he came with sunglasses. He's screaming out like, I was like, and his box was like torn to shit, so I got them to give me a discount. I was like, I can't give this to someone as a gift. And then I was just like,
you need a Psycho Sid even.
Yep. Larry's on to you, Casey.
Yep.
We shall see, because I'll show you guys everything.
Now,
no secrets.
If I would spot a Danhausen, I would have to get that.
Yeah. He's good.
Right now, I want Undertaker. Sorry.
ooh, yeah, he's got some cool figures.
Yeah.
And he's got a bike.
Mhm.
Sorry, Hillbilly. Go ahead.
You're good, and I'm used to it. I'm married. And she's in the other room, but
that's where he's brave enough to say it.
Yep. If I see a Danhausen, if it's a good Danhausen, I would have to get it.
So I seen on Monday Night Show, I watch it. He's got the #1 selling shirt right now for wrestlers.
Really?
Over anybody else.
Well, he had his first match Saturday night, and he won.
Of course he did.
He cursed him.
I was going to say, did he curse the other guy?
I mean, they follow the money. They will follow the money. If you're bringing it in.
Yep. You can call me Hillbillyhausen.
That's what.
There you go.
That's what Larry Bear said.
Oh, cursed. Oh, sorry. I think I've just pointed at Max. I'm sorry.
I don't feel cursed.
How about this? You are awesome.
Ow, my big toe hurts. What this pain?
The Frogurt is also cursed. So
we got 10 minutes to get into it before we get our ick.
Yeah, our ick. So this week was not figure heavy, but I did start to pick up some things to
dumpster fire
down another Dio rabbit hole. So I have to do some weathering on this, make it look lived in a little bit.
Is that Oscar the Grouch's upgrade?
I was just about to say that.
That's like a penthouse for him. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
a double wide. I love it.
I did some weathered up and did some
like the shrink wrap effect.
Yes. See, Casey and I were talking about that earlier. I'm like, anybody who's ever worked in a warehouse knows exactly what that's about.
Yeah,
that's a trip hazard.
Wear your steel-toe shoes.
So Casey let me know that this is a European palette, and then we got a bunch of these. So, Casey, I still have to send you the link to the to those, because it was 6 for $5. So,
that's a good price.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Joe, you brought this on yourself, buddy.
Okay.
Take him on one. If you're an American. If you're an American before you go in the bathroom, and you're an American whenever you come out of the bathroom, what are you while you're in the bathroom?
European.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Well, it depends. If you're
So
leaving Tigers.
so that's about it for me this week.
Europe.
Yeah. So let's see if we get anybody out there.
Born and Toys jumped in.
Is there anybody out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just fun.
I like him. He's funnier than watching paint dry.
Well, and you know why he didn't wrestle for so long? He was actually injured, but show me another person that can keep like almost a year, going by never wrestling, but just, doing promos.
Yep.
It was good. But
Larry Housen nailed it.
Yes, Larry Housen nailed it. So one of the things that I wanted to do as the first quarter kind of closed was talk a little bit about how our different lines, because we all have like lines that we specialize in or are kind of favorites. And, I don't know about anybody else, but I tend to be harder on the people I like. It's kind of like when it's your kid, you're harder on your kid than you are anybody else's. But I figured we would spread out and everybody do a report card for Q1 of 2026 and see, if we all agree, disagree, and roundtable it a little bit. So I guess the first one would be Mr. Max. So I'm going to add your show to the stage and give you control.
And I've already failed the assignment because I think I missed the whole Q1 part. So, but I don't have,
I did too, Max. Don't worry about it.
In my defense, I haven't picked up many Marvel Legends this year. So I think honestly, the two I just showed you are the only two that have come out this year that I've actually purchased. So there's going to be kind of a, looking back. Yeah. Well, think of it over the last. I'm going to reference a couple of things over the last couple of years. So, report card. The number one thing that you mentioned or was on the list of grading was delivery of products. So I have to give it a 5 out of 5. I feel like Marvel Legends. Honestly, this is the first year that a delay has been announced. Typically, anytime I've ordered a Marvel Legends figure, it's sometimes showed up earlier. So, and it might be through typically like Amazon or, Walmart or Target, maybe. Hasbro Pulse is kind of, it gets to you when it gets to you. But on a whole, I've never really had any issue with things being delayed or anything like that. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 for showing up on time. Communication from company, I'm going to give them a 5 out of 5 because the regular live streams that the Marvel Legends team and the JOE team and this Black Series team, they do those all through the year, and they're teased throughout the year. They drop little hints. I mean, like everybody's going crazy right now over that little golden crown from the last JOE live stream. And so I like the fact that they tease little things, and they do that with the Marvel Legends. I don't pay much attention to Black Series, but I'm assuming they do the same thing. So I use Rom as an example because they teased him, and I knew that a figure was coming once Marvel got the rights to publish the comic series again. So Rom's a big deal. He was probably my favorite Marvel Legends figure from 2025. So the idea, just the way they roll things out and everything. I'm not crazy about exclusives, but at least they let you know when things are coming. And the Marvel Legends team, I mean, they churn stuff out. So I'm going to give them a 5 out of 5 for at least, and there's already like new leaks right now of upcoming stuff this year. So product quality, this is where, probably going to grade a little harsher. So in my reviews, paint quality has been kind of hit and miss at times. Sometimes it's really good. I threw these examples up here, like the Venom figure. This guy right here, it's a big chunk of blue plastic, and they did the spider better, the spider logo on the back better than the one on the front. And it's kind of like, it's how is this hard? That's all you had to do was get the spider logo right on the front. It's a big chunk of blue plastic. It shouldn't be that hard. And so, but then they turn around and you've got like this Hellfire Gala figure right here, and this very unique design for Spider-Man, and it turned out it's a very unique look, very unique paint that turned out very well. So it's kind of hit and miss at times. Plastic quality, for the most part, has been pretty good. I'm not crazy about pin joints anymore. Like, I don't have a Venom in my collection, and I'm not crazy that they gave us, this is just a repaint of the black one that they released a year or so ago. And it's still just, they're still giving us pins. You know, it makes the joints a little gummier. It's just a little more wobbly. Plastic quality on that battle damaged Spider-Man was pretty rough, and a couple of others here and there. So, but for the most part, you know, it's pretty good. So 4 out of 5. Sculpt is always really good. I always feel like they do a really good job on sculpting. They get, I mean, just, you know, look at Hugh Jackman's likeness, you know, they do really well. Here's a good one. I think this might be this is a Ghost Rider from 2024. And I think this head sculpt is reused, but it still looks fantastic. And that Captain America is really good. Articulation, I 3.5, and I threw up the Daredevil Born Again. He's an MCU figure, and the design of it's a little off in the hips. And if you've seen my review for that, it's, you know, you understand why I was mad. I was in a bad mood at the time. But MCU figures typically have less articulation. The Marvel Legends comic have more, and so it's kind of middle of the road. It just depends on which one do you buy the most, I suppose. But I feel like the comic accurate stuff has much better articulation. The MCU stuff, you kind of have to, I mean, I had to do some tweaking. I had to cut out some plastic and get better articulation on the Daredevil. So that's kind of what I've seen overall. I mean, I kind of consider myself a Joe collector largely, but they put out so much. There's so much Marvel Legends out there that you can pick up at Ollie's, Ross, wherever, on sale, playing the long game. So I've got a lot to compare and contrast. So, you know, so that's, maybe I could probably push it to 4, but I think 3.5 is probably fair. Build quality, I wanted to kind of add that because that kind of goes along with type of plastic, or it kind of goes with it in a way, but it's also kind of like how do the parts fit together? What are the tolerances? Are there gaps in the shoulders or the bicep swivels or the hips? Like articulated, like a very acrobatic character like Daredevil, can he actually do what he needs to do? Or how's everything, like, are the joints overly loose or are they overly tight? Can you move them fluidly? You know, that nice balance. So, you know, this figure right here, while it's kind of a very odd looking Spider-Man figure, is a very well put together body. And I've had other figures that have this body that are not as good as this one. So it's the same mold, but it just kind of turned out a little better with this guy, even though it's a very odd, unique Spider-Man costume. One you don't hardly ever see.
So are you saying the Maximum Spider-Man is not as good as that one?
I don't have that one. I would have to ask my nephew. He has it, so he loves it. He says it's great. I haven't picked that one up, which kind of brings me to the whole product price. So I did not think that the Maximum Spider-Man was worth what it was, what was going for it, considering what came with it. You know, it has painted on web lines. It's not sculpted. So I just didn't quite feel like the value was there. So, and this is kind of where we get into you see it, like, as an example, Hasbro and these Tron Legacy figures that just came out, or they just went up for pre-order. People are saying it's way overpriced, but then some people will still say, I'm a huge fan, I'm going to buy it anyway. And so So, we might hold our nose at the price, but because we're such a fan, that's where they got us, and we'll buy it anyway. But I will say this, that I do not agree with, the prices are going up. That kind of sucks. They were been steadily, 20 to 25 is fine. But like say this Ghost Rider from 2024, that's a $50 set. You get an, I've got it right here. You've got an articulated, you got a full-blown toy motorcycle, articulated wheels. You've got flame effects, right? 2 for both wheels. You've got a pretty cool figure for $50. And then you come down to the Captain America versus Venom. And, here's some of the, this got pretty good head sculpts, but you get like interchangeable heads, a couple of pairs of hands, some kind of weird energy effect for Cap Shield, $60. And I feel like there's more value in the Ghost Rider because it's an actual, more tooling went into that. The Venom figure is completely reused. Now the Cap figure, completely new. But the only reason I have it is because I got a good deal on it from Target. So wasn't going to pay $60 for it. I don't feel like that's worth it. And I laughed out loud when I saw the reissue of the Amazing Spider-Man 2 costume here. $28 for that, and you get 2 pairs of hands, no web lines, nothing. And I have the original figure in the original kind of color scheme. Got it off of GameStop for like $15. Same way with the Hellfire Spider-Man, $15. I laughed out loud when I saw the Hellfire for $28 at Walmart. So prices, are ridiculous for what you get. And so that's what, we've talked about this before. You see it online. People are just like, unless you're just a diehard fan or you're just playing the long game, it's like the idea of paying $28 for, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I don't even get an unmasked head for $28. It's going to sit on the peg. So, and that's where it will stay. So I want to give the product price a 2. Maybe I'm being generous, but I'm going to give it 2. Overall value for Marvel Legends, 4 out of 5. These Fantastic Four figures, pretty good, even though some of the articulation is not there because it's in their MCU. The sculpt is there, but just playing on the idea of 4. So overall, Marvel Legends, kind of where I'm at. Still think the value is fairly good, but what brings it down a notch, and probably should bring it down even further if the prices continue to go up and the accessories continue to be less than what we're used to. That's definitely going to go down. So kind of that's where I'm at right now for Marvel Legends, in my opinion.
All right. So I guess for the crowd, how does everybody feel about Marvel Legends? I know some of y'all don't collect them, but Casey, any thoughts?
I collect some Marvel Legends, but I totally agree that the price going up is way too much. And I honestly only care about the comic book figures. Anything MCU, I could care less about. But it's a great slideshow. Nice job, Max.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Excellent work. No, I tend for Marvel stuff. I started a box in the basement. I call it the box of fun. So anytime the boys, accomplish a goal, whatever that goal may be, they can go down and sort through it and pick up something. And basically I've been filling it with all the Marvel stuff from as they were growing up, because I've got pictures of them, dressed up in, like the toddler puffy muscle costumes. Like, so Connor had broken in, and I don't know if he's so much broken in as much as his older sisters went and got, a pencil and they gave him a goatee. So there's like a picture of him as a toddler with a goatee, and he's like, Iron Man. So, and then his brother was Captain America. So Captain America. So yes, but yeah, I mean, I like the line. I agree. I think what's going on, Jezza?
Sup, Jezza?
Hey, Jezza.
But yeah, I think it just really depends on how much the price goes up, like whether that goes anywhere or not.
Yeah, yeah. And I didn't say this in terms of like that battle damaged Spider-Man. That was atrocious. The hips, whatever the QC issues on that hips, people were breaking the hip pegs off just trying to move that thing, or having to carve off some plastic and things. It's like, how did that thing ever leave the factory when it was that bad? But then you have, bangers like Rom here, completely new tooling. He's almost 7 inches tall. He's missing a couple of pieces of equipment. I think they should have added some blast effects for his jetpack, but that's my favorite figure from last year for Marvel Legends, because I'm such a huge fan. But if it hadn't been good, it's like, well, I'm a huge Daredevil fan, and I didn't give them a pass on that Born Again figure. It's like, it's like it could have been, and should have been better. So, but they did do a solid job on Rom. So it's kind of, sometimes you can kind of tell where the love is placed, I think, in terms of the people that design it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Wes, bringing some old school O-ring flavor.
Me? Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
imagine that.
Nikes. I don't see anything where I can control.
All right, hold on. I may have the wrong one.
Should be.
Hold on.
Pull it back up again.
Yeah, I had. It's
okay. There we go. Now we're cooking.
All right.
Yes. Maximum. That was a great presentation. Good slides.
Thank you, sir.
Mine are a little less, as I didn't have the scores on these because I went lazy and just reused some pictures I had in another slide deck. So yeah. All right. So we did get a Q1 Operation Recall shipment this year. Fantastic, because we've been waiting how long, Casey? Too long.
Very long.
And actually, I believe I actually got mine in Q4 of last year, just the week after Christmas. I know there was several people got those early shipments out, which I was surprised I was one of those few, but most of everybody got those shipments. Wave 1. Delivery of product. This is hard to say because it's been 4 years in the making. So
4 years. Wow.
Yes. It funded 4 years ago. Yeah. Right, Casey? It's been 4 years.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, we're still waiting on we're waiting on another one who funded around the same time. We haven't got anything funded.
Yeah. 2022 it funded, basically June or May of 2022. So delivery of product on time, delayed, etc. Can't even say if it was delayed or not. It's because it's a Kickstarter. They will basically I gave delivery a 2 out of a 5 just for that fact. Could have been a 1, but I was being, I guess, gracious enough to give them a 2. Yeah. Communications, however, has been a 5. Every month, if not more than once a month, Carson does send out an update on where they're at with these. And ever since the get-go of this Kickstarter, with all of his Kickstarters, he does a great job of communicating that line. Quantity and quality product. Well, let's skip that. Product quality. I gave this. This was kind of hard because I was like, you know what? Screw it. I give it a 3 out of 5. At first, I gave it a 4. I'm like, you know what? No, they're a 3. Are they a 3.5? No, they're a 3. The weapons are very hard to fit in the hands. Literally almost broke some thumbs doing so without heating it up. The paint started to rub off while forcing the weapons into the figure's hands, and it's just glossy overload. They're way too glossy. So yeah. Where am I at? Product price. it's hard to say because I can't remember what this was because I was all in on this, and this was Casey. Were you all in?
No. I got like 8 figures, I think, but I only have one in hand.
I want to say it was close to 400 for the entire wave, and then some of the extras, if I remember right. It was pretty high.
I was all in on Longbow, so I couldn't
Yeah.
go all in on this.
Longbow wasn't as much, but
No.
I made it as much because I went back in and filled in some army builders.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and then product price released and announced product price. Yeah. So it was kind of hard to grade that one. Overall value, I mean, I give it a 3.5 so far. Wave 2 is coming out next month. There has been no communication as far as it not coming out next month. So hopefully in the next, where are we at? We're in the middle of April. Tax day is upon us. So yeah, within 2.5 weeks, hopefully we'll get another announcement saying, hey, these are shipping out. So very excited for this next wave. This is the wave I was really looking forward to. Some of the figures anyway, I was looking forward to. Kind of wish some of them were in wave 1, but
yeah, I got 2 of those coming.
Yes. And then again, the communication wave 3 is shipping way out in October. And then spring of 2027 is wave 4. And this isn't the entire Kickstarter. So we got other ones for next year, which again, funded in 2022. Yeah. Yeah. Shipping summer of 2027.
Hey, Wes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but can I just say that the whole process of putting these out in waves, I hate.
I do too.
We paid for it at once.
Yep.
I would like to have it at once.
Exactly. Thank you. Yes. No, thank you for chiming in that. I 100% agree with you. All right. The rest of, so we didn't get, where am I at? Yeah. No Delta 17 in Q1. These were all released back in the year of 2024. And this is a slide from Toy Connections YouTube channel that he did with Steve from Delta 17 4 or 5 months ago. So I just grabbed that slide. Thank you, Ken from Toy Connections. And then last year at Joe Fest, we got these packs, the 2-pack, the weapons accessory pack, and the Hailstorms. They announced it, it was delivered, and then it went live in their store after Joe Fest was released. Their communication was top notch. And then that YouTube special they did back 4 or 5 months ago announced the 2026 releases. Joe Fest, June 2026. We're going to see the JF26 exclusive special 2-pack. And basically, winter is coming. So we're going to see some winterized repaints. I'm assuring of that. And then also a new Death Sparrow. It's going to be a Snow Sparrow later this year. So very excited for Delta 17 this year. And basically just overall quality on Delta 17 is, for me, it's 5 across the board. Their announcements, the quality of product, the product price, because they will run specials. They'll run sales on these. It is no Kickstarter at all. The only thing that we think that might be Kickstarter hasn't been announced yet. Could be that Hind.
I trust them. I trust them to get it for us.
Right.
That's the thing.
Yes. And the overall value of all these figures, I mean, they have set the bar high with O-ring figures. So they are a 5 across the board.
Great.
The other one that funded back in 2022, we've gotten one figure, one flipping figure.
But it's awesome.
It is,
but
good.
It's the greatest figure ever.
No, it's not. It's
great,
not
though.
bad. It is not bad. It is pretty tight. The legs are tight. You can't bend them back all the way. The head, you can't swivel all that much. They've retooled this figure, and I'll get to that here in a second because it comes from the same factory. But overall, their communication is 5 because they send out an update at the end of every month telling us that there's an issue with the factory and it's getting pushed back. And the next month is, oh, now it's Chinese Lunar New Year, happy whatever, and no one's working for 2 months. So it gets pushed back again. So they're very on top of their communication. They go to all the shows. They go to Joe Fest. They go to the DFW Toy Show. They go to, I think they were at Kentuckiana. They were at Toylanta. They go everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Zolicon. So they do go everywhere. And I mean, they're out there in front of everyone knowing that, you know, we could be dicks and like be confronting them about it, but but we're not, you know, we're civil. And they're nice people to talk to when we interact with them. So we will eventually get more call sign longbow figures. So there's not really an overall grade for this. Like I said, we got this maybe a year and a half ago. This
For sure.
figure. Yeah. They're like, here you guys go. Bear with us while we so the other things that come out of that factory, oh, look, Skeletron, no Kickstarter or nothing. We're going to announce a figure, and here it is, and it's up on the website. Here you go. Same tooling and everything, just a little bit of tweaking and added accessories. 5 across the board on this.
Hey, Wes. Sorry to interrupt, but they did have a Kickstarter.
Did they?
Yes, and it took forever to get that Skeletron in.
I was not on that, so I didn't see any of that communication. My bad.
Yeah. No, it's fine. A lot of the stuff they're just putting straight out, you know, after they fulfill orders.
Yeah.
So they are, I mean, honestly, they're killing it. They really are.
Cool. Thank you for the
oh, no problem. Sorry.
Correcting me on that.
So then would you say with Longbow and Skeletron, it's more of a Ted Knight while we're waiting as opposed to a Whiplash?
Yeah.
Well,
we will get it eventually. Yes.
Yeah, and these Skeletron figures are, like I said, they're better than the Ghost figure from Call Sign Longbow because I believe they just tweaked some of the molds on it. They're much more flexible and bendable. That's what she said. And then, you know, you're able to, they give you an extra head. So you can either have an army builder or the, whatever you call them. I forgot.
Skeletron.
And then I don't think this was a Kickstarter.
No, I don't think so.
This was just, hey, here's a figure. We're going to have it at Zolicon. And basically, it's just for the most part, a repaint of
Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan.
But yeah, this one just as good. 5 across the board. And same thing with the Yeti. This was flipping cool. The translucent plastic, you can actually see the O-ring. And yeah, these are all army builders. And yeah, just 5 across the board for Skeletron.
Nice.
And that is the end of my slideshow.
All right.
Yeah, a lot of people just think that the Kickstarter was the Skeletron itself, but they did have a lot of figures and of all 3 sizes in there.
And the fact that I don't get the 4-inch or classified scale, they do make those as well in Skeletron, and I see a lot more of those out there, like on Instagram.
Sure.
And they look phenomenal as well. So
they're great.
Yeah, very cool, Wes.
For sure.
Thank you, Casey, for your assistance.
Outstanding.
There you go. Kudos from the chat.
Thank you, One and Toys.
Well, Casey, do you want to go? Because my slideshow kind of has me, Wreck Ship, and Uncle Clutch here all in one. So
sure. Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna embiggen you.
All right. So
he gets to be in.
Give me the order of the questions, and I can answer them on the spot if you don't mind.
Not at all. All right. So let's see.
Do you like toys?
I love toys.
Delivery
Okay.
of product.
Yes.
I love delivery of product.
Where were you on the night of the 15th?
Yeah.
Okay, wait, this is
name.
So how many masters came out in the first quarter?
Ooh, honestly, in the first quarter, I think just the one. Maybe they wrapped up a couple cartoon collection.
Okay.
Maybe a couple Masterverse because they're wrapping both those up, getting ready for the movie, which drops in like 3 weeks.
Oh, dude, exciting!
Oh yeah, and they're shutting my movie theater down in 2 weeks.
No.
Yes, I'll go somewhere to see it.
Yeah.
Sounds like you should come down to Louisville.
Hey, I might if you want to see it.
Yeah,
You guys can do the popcorn trick with each other.
It's no trick.
Whoa.
Hey.
Whoa, hey.
Ew.
Whatever y'all do in Texas, it's your business.
Gross.
Hey.
Ugh. Brother,
So, but I mean, everything seems to come out on time, if not early, for Motu.
Nice. New announcements in PR.
It seems like we're getting new announcements every day.
It does.
They're starting to talk about all these figures coming out for Chronicles, and it's all exciting. I can't wait for the movie figures to hit.
Yep.
If any of my friends here see where they're coming up for pre-order and you don't message me right away, I'm gonna be sad.
I think it's next month or next week.
It's this month. Yeah, sometime this month.
Week, like 25th. I think 25th. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Jono knows everything, so he'll keep an eye out.
So
he does.
I did see the Skeletor yesterday on the peg.
Oh,
the little smaller one.
Oh yeah,
It looked evil.
Yeah, I got it for my granddaughter.
Nice.
Good for you. You go.
Now,
pop.
Here's a good bucket for you. Quality. What's Casey always tells about Motu? How many points of articulation for $30? Or
no, not $30.
$25?
$25. 30 to 32 points of articulation.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yep. Yeah.
So I give that. I guess I should go back to the 5s all around so far.
Okay. All right. Price. Product
5.
price.
Yeah, I mean, they got the figures coming out, and they're still not going up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I want to know how they're doing that because whatever they're doing,
it's called honesty.
Yes, and they're not paying anybody else for the rights to figures they own. So
yeah,
that affects bottom line in some places for sure. Like Super 7, their prices aren't great, but they have to pay everybody for the royalties of everything they make.
Right.
True.
Right. You hear that, Hasbro?
Yeah, I'm just saying they own G.I. Joe.
They do. They just don't give a fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, so if you've had 5 across the board
so far,
yep. Overall value.
Well, I would give it a 4.5 because the only downside I have towards Motu right now is sometimes it's so hard to find figures that come out, but I'll end up having to get them on secondary market because either scalpers or some kind of exclusive. I hate exclusives.
Right.
But I mean, it is what it is. I've had to pay. I don't even want to say what I've paid for my Blade Masterverse figure when it came out at 24, and I didn't pay anywhere near that for it because I couldn't find it anywhere. And I'm going through the same problem with a Masterverse Merman. So, I mean, what is this? It's just availability in some places. I guess that's my only knock on Motu.
Gotcha.
I can content or speak on that availability. I cannot go to my Walmart and get Motu or G.I. Joe Classified. but they have Marvel Legends, and it wears me out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
All right, I'm off my soapbox.
Click, click. All right. Well, so then, Casey, would you say that it's like 4 3/4 or a 5 overall?
It's so close to a 5 that it's almost negligible.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love the story of Masters Universe. I love all the little tweaks they do with the Masterverse to where they like reinvent them.
Mm-hmm.
So it keeps collecting exciting. And now with the new line of Chronicles, it's a chance for anybody who wants to get into Motu to start fresh.
Right.
And I think the line's going to be great.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then we can get into another slideshow. And Wreck Ship.
All right.
You're up.
All right.
Can you control it?
No, I'm on the phone. I can't.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I only have the final grade, so
come on, Joe. He's walking around.
Yeah, he's walking around.
Hit my camera.
I can do the slide. I can do the slides if you want me to.
I think there's only a final grade for Wreck Ship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll wait until he's done getting down off his soapbox.
So as of April, there's been 10 releases this year. Price ranging from $28 to $43. 16 items are on pre-order at the moment, and 9 more items have been announced. So there's a good gamut of stuff there. Delivery of product, everything has come out on time for the most part. A few items have even essentially leaked out earlier than scheduled at brick and mortar stores, like the Cobra La Royal Guard and the Special Forces guy. Excellent compared to other years where the product was constantly delayed and was just force-fed to us in the last quarter of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 out of 5 on delivery of product there.
Okay.
New announcements, PR, getting a 4 out of 5. There's only been one single live stream to 2026 at this point. A few more can be expected, though. It's a little asterisk on the 4 out of 5 because a few more can be expected during the month of Yojo June, major conventions and such. Because quarter 2 is typically the bigger quarter for Classified because of Yojo June in the HasLab and such. There have been a smattering of social media posts announcing new products and whatnot. A few of them have given us more new modern file card information on the new characters, and they're still pretty on top of sending out pre-order reminders and announcements the day of and the day before and whatnot. So decent on that front. Product quality, they get a 3.5 out of 5 on there. There's still lots of minor QC issues that are persistent across figures they've released so far. Things like ill-fitting accessories, joint tolerances, preventing movement without having to do some kind of plastic modification or heating up the joints or whatever. Quality of the plastic used for weapons is still hit and miss. A lot of them. There's not really enough product in the States to give a better picture of it for 2026 product, but it's about average, maybe a little bit more than normal of QC issues that occur for Hasbro's product in general. So, product price, 2 out of 5, 2.5 out of this. As with the Hasbro lines, it seems to be the case that prices are going up because they're dum-dums and they'd rather see soaring profits than happy customers, I guess. Whatever. It's like, you get $28 for a standard figure, 43 for deluxes, 53 for figure and packs, 60 for 2-packs or small vehicles, and then you have that ridiculous under $10 price for the spoiler. It's prices have just gone up and up every year as the line's gone on. The same items you would have got for 20 and $40, like literally 5 years ago, cost 30 to 40% more, just because reasons, I guess.
Well, and reasons. I think the thing that gets me about Classified, and I love G.I. Joe overall, but the thing that gets me about classified, and the thing that irks me the most out of everything, is there's so many things going to clearance that unless there's something so special, so dear to me personally now, like I said it in our chat, I'm just canceling things and I'm gonna wait and see. It might end up at Ross, it might end up on clearance at Walmart or Target. Who knows?
Yeah. Well,
the overall value of the line.
Well, I was just going to say, Rex Ship, I took your advice and I canceled my order for the Despoiler because it wasn't exclusive. It's like, I like the thing. I like the Destro. I like Iron Grenadiers, but it's like, I'm not paying that. I can live without it.
Yeah. It's everything. They're taking in everything as a whole at this point. What little value may remain in the line is quickly kind of fading away under the weight of continued price hikes. I'm not one to advocate for waiting for sales and clearance because I think you should support the line as much as you can. But I think at this point, waiting for sales and even waiting for clearance is kind of the way to go at the moment for a lot of people. Unless you just have to have it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's like talking about value and things. It's like what Joe, I think you touched on this a while back when, that shrinkflation, that we may see the line transition from the box to all retro card, and you're getting less and paying more. And the idea that they would re-release Grunt and the Techno Viper in a retro card, they come with less, but they cost more, and you can currently get, at least last time I checked, at least you could get the Techno Viper, the classified version, for $20, and now they're selling 28. It's like, and it comes with a hologram piece for the wrist. It comes with everything else. And then Grunt, it's kind of like the classified figure is so much better. It doesn't have the same look as the OG, but it's like,
the problem is that Grunt especially is kind of heinous because you get less items for more, and you're only getting that specific version of Grunt because of the OG 13 people that just need to have that specific look. When it could have easily been the Sunbow like dark blue version or the V2 tan version.
What's wrong with the OG guys?
Nothing wrong with them, but the classified figure could have easily just been the OG 13 and it's fine. Like it's close. It really is close enough.
What's wrong with green?
Yeah. It's boring.
They were 20 years too early for Rex Ship.
He likes the neon military.
Yeah.
I like the fun colors.
I like my military to be tactical.
Yeah.
Well, what's even funnier is that I picked up 2 or 3 Grunts. They were on sale on Amazon for like $15 a year and a half ago. And so, it comes with the steel core head. And so you can have army builders, and it comes with so much more. It's like,
and then on top of that, you compare this Grunt with the green shirt that just put out. It comes with more stuff.
Yeah, even the green shirt comes with more stuff. Yeah,
it's just basically a reissue of the green
shirt. It's also basically
with a backpack.
The same thing.
Yeah.
The weather is different, though, right?
No, it's the same as Stalker.
I think it's the same.
No,
thing.
I meant from the original Grunt.
Yeah,
it comes with a plate
carriers is different.
Well,
it's the same one as breakers, but
the Televiper is the one that caught me completely off kilter, because now you don't have the red hologram for his wrist. So it comes
that was
with
weird. I don't know why they didn't include it.
Yeah. Like,
it still has the port on the wrist panel. He has the wrist panel and still has the port.
It'll be in the accessory pack.
They never do.
Well, and if you go on Amazon, for the most part it's $20, but you catch it on the right day, you're paying $15.
Well, and that's the
Yeah.
thing too. It's just also just confusing decisions. Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dear,
but things like
someone has.
you know alternate heads, alternate hands, like those at this point, since Hasbro has a license, why those aren't standard on every figure boggles my mind. Like, yeah, I get, yeah, okay, does Techno Viper really need alt hands? I guess not, but it's the principle thing, I guess. Like,
Mm-hmm.
G.I. Joe should always at least have punching hands and weapon holding hands at minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't want to hijack your thing where it wreck ship, but I need to for a second here. Hold on. Amazon. Let's talk for a second. All right.
Yeah.
This
We're
surge
gonna have an intervention on
pricing.
Amazon.
This surge pricing is insane. There is no reason for Grunt, or is it Grunt or Flash? Flash is now $30. Why?
Zap.
Zap.
Yeah.
They haven't made Flash yet, remember? Everyone's complaining about it.
Yeah.
You're right. But anyway, all right. Sorry about that. But Amazon.
No, but yeah, so like the final score here, I think I came out to like a 3.7, 3.75, something like that. It's not. It's still got room for improvement, even in like its 6th year of being a line, which is weird to me. I think at this point it found its groove, but then it kind of like got back out of the groove for a minute. Now I don't know. And there's a few factors playing into that, but it's just there's too much left on the table, I think, with this line every year.
Agreed.
And it's unfortunate.
Well, and it's a passionate fan base, and now I think you run the risk when someone is passionate about something. They're either all in or they feel completely disenfranchised with the whole thing. All right, $110 for Destro, pound sand, I'm out. Like, I think that might have been the straw that broke my back, where I started canceling like Don Moreno and like all these other things. I'm like, do I really need that? That wasn't in my time period.
That's been my experience the past year or so now. I was basically all in on Classified up until last year, where I just started being like, I don't really want this.
Yeah.
Yep. They're making dinosaurs and not bringing out Flash. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'll take the dinosaur.
We're gonna ride if we don't see Flash.
I'm gonna get the dinosaur name of Flash.
Well, good woman.
Well, we're waiting.
There's that one guy, I think it's Joe Reviews or something like that. He keeps like posting like a daily reminder of like day whatever of Hasbro not announcing Flash yet.
That's awesome.
Like, all right.
Yeah. Well, and they have the equipment. They have all of his accessories already made for Glinda with the Dragonfly. So they got the visor. They absolutely could do it. They could.
At this point, just tool up the plate carrier, I guess, and you're good.
Mm-hmm.
They have the technology.
I got a new head, I guess.
They can build him.
Yes. I know Lenny's just, it just kind of takes time. Or every guy working on the line plan. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
They've got the technology. They've got the money. They can do it.
They definitely have the money. Money's definitely not the issue.
Yeah,
exactly.
And they need to work on their distribution. The heathens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, and Jersey Maniac brought up a really good point the other night. I forget which show he was on. Maybe it was 3POA, but he said you don't really see the pulse sales anymore.
Nope.
You just see clearance, or full price.
Mm-hmm.
And when he just kind of like stared at the screen and he's like, "You assholes," and I was like, "Yes."
Well, literally, I think it was over the Slice and Dice set.
Yes.
That's popping up at Ross now for like $20.
What?
And it never went on sale once on Pulse. It's still up on Pulse for full price.
Well, if one of you guys find it at Ross, get it for me and I'll pay you.
Yeah.
Pay me full price, Casey.
I might come across it, Casey, but it'll never make it into the mail. I mean,
I'll get it at Joe Fest from you.
Yeah.
But Slice and Dice is a Pulse exclusive. How did it wind up at Ross?
They don't sell them,
right? It's like
because they liquidate some stock.
I mean, why not? I mean, if it's gonna they're gonna go that route. Why would they? If it's a Pulse exclusive, why would it go anywhere else but lowering the price and a sale clearance through the Hasbro Pulse website? Like the idea that like, oh, we gotta. I mean, I don't know. Is Ross owned by Hasbro or something?
I mean,
I don't know, but
I think the only real sale Pulse has is end of the year when they do like, I think 30% for non-members and 35% for members, but it's only on crap that you don't want anyways.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, I got a good deal on what was it, the Crimson Strike team. I think I got it for like $40 or something.
Yeah,
when it went on sale, but that was the only sale I've ever seen. Oh, look at here he is. Bob Barker
himself.
Bob Barker himself.
Running and walking around just for you.
If anyone has not seen one of his game shows with Sharky, you have to check it out. It is always
Nunchuck.
A couple of them last night were pretty hard to guess.
Yeah.
A couple of them you have to be Australian to get it.
Yeah. Well, when you start talking about like lifts and
pronounce certain words.
Yeah. But all right. Well, thank you, Rick Ship. I think that was a pretty honest assessment. And now we're gonna get real honest.
Dun, dun, dun.
I guess I need to preface this by saying that anytime I open a big bad toy store that's full of Monster Force, this is me in my living room.
I said, ooh, come on, baby, turn the lights off.
As it should be. As it should be.
That having been said, we've got some things to talk about here. Delivery of products. So we've had 3 figures in the first quarter. One of them was a con exclusive from last year, from 2025, which was the Command Unit, which is this gentleman right here, who ultimately is an incredible value. Like, he comes with all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's ridiculous. He's got several heads. I think he's got 3 heads. One's Declan, one's Lieutenant Raven here, and then a balaclava. He's got all kinds of accessories, like, extra knives and extra kit, and you can make multiple figures out of him. So we'll talk about him in a little bit. But as far as product, I only gave him a 2 out of 5 because we missed some Q1 shipments that were supposed to happen. At this point in April, Hillbilly and I were supposed to have the Ambassador relay, the Kraken type figure. There was a lab coat wearing Dr. Rand. There was a couple.
On him.
Yeah. Let's see. So Dr. Rand, Ambassador, and then the demon, the demon.
Yeah.
Who Rekship made me buy. I'm blaming him. But he's just like, look at him. He comes with a lot of stuff. He's cool. Yeah, he is. But they have so much in the wind right now, but none of it's coming out. Like the other day they posted a picture of the boxes and they're like, we just approved the box art. And I'm like, that's awesome, because you're about to miss a deadline,
Yeah, and that is an ick. That is a big
It is. And, do I want it to be the best quality, the best everything? Absolutely. But let's see. Oh, there you go. So Paul and Paul, I am definitely keeping an eye out everywhere for those figures that you asked about. So
me too.
Yep.
And Ronnie, yes,
you
are the game show king. So I only gave him a 2 out of 5 because I think, 3 figures. So we had this con exclusive delivered from last year. We had the Shadow Wraith, and we also had the Bigfoot, Chatsworth. So Chatsworth was awesome. I think Casey can attest to that because he picked one up.
Still gotta open it.
But I just think they could be delivering more. I don't know what the problems are with a smaller company. But I'm just saying, if you're going to run with the big dogs, run with the big dogs. Give me 2 figures a month. Give me, 4 figures in a quarter, something.
I give smaller companies bigger grace because it just seems like it's harder to do stuff like that as a small company.
And I get that, but well, you okay?
Everybody all right?
Sorry.
Oh my.
All right.
But somebody's sick in the wreck ship house?
What?
Yeah, my wife got influenza B.
Oh no.
Hope she's better.
I'm sorry, that was a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mac, maybe insensitive, you big jerk.
Oh my gosh.
Coughing because of you now, Max.
It's like, I don't know. It could have been your dog coughing for all I know.
You heard her giving noise in that word.
Your dog.
You heard, oh no, what are you doing? No. Anyways.
So I want to take my Statler and Waldorf stance here.
Okay.
On the delivery, if they're going to do a wave, they need to go. All these companies, Hasbro, Mattel, all these need to go back to what they did back in the 80s. If they have a wave, these waves have been pre-ordered, right? Okay. When it goes up for pre-order, when it comes out, it should drop. And it should be on the pegs for at least a year. Whenever that's on the pegs, they need to have the next wave getting ready to come out for the following year.
Yep.
And I understand a lot of these factories over there, if they're like, well, Marvel Legends are more important than Operation Monster Force, so we're going to throw them to the back because Hasbro is going to pay us more.
True.
That is true, and that hurts the collector. And I don't know where I was going to go with this. That's my wife. I apologize. But
you have influenza too?
No, she's just sneezing. I moved today. But that's ridiculous, though, to have I remember when I pre-ordered Donner Party 2 years ago. And I was like, can't wait. Yes. Coming out October. Yeah. But I was excited about it. Then it was like, oh, wait a minute. It's going to be postponed to next year.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be postponed to next year. And I finally got the thing. And was it an amazing figure? Yeah. One of the best figures I got last year. But still, they need to have a plan other than this slow trickle. Yeah. And, oh, okay. So I'm off my soapbox.
All right. So 2 out of 5 on delivery. New announcements. I gave them a 2 out of 5. And remember, this is a line that I am all in for. I love it. I don't excuse some of the things they do, like some of the reuse, repaint, but that's just inherent in every line, every action figure. It's what it is. But as far as new announcements, Bill just was on Punk with Toys, and that was really the first I had seen of anybody this year so far. They had done a couple of podcasts, maybe back in January, maybe end of December. They did a couple of YouTube lives, but as far as new announcements, what they're touting as new announcements, we heard about last year. Like it's just more renders and things like that. Indeed. What was it?
Yep.
Thunderclap, Ronnie. Thunderclap.
If you got to thunderclap, you got an issue.
Yeah. So, as far as new announcements, like there's so many things that are coming, like that just make sense. Like Wreck Ship, I think you and I were going back and forth, or maybe it was in the podcast from the pit group chat. I said I need to go get a Yeti to go with my Arctic Hiss and my Snowcat, and you're like, that there's going to be an Arctic Chatsworth, so just like get the one that matches,
Yeah.
So just announce it, like get that out of the way, like let me know.
That's their problem though, is that they announced so much so fast, like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And so now they're just kind of sitting on their thumbs, waiting for the time to come and get actually out to customers.
Like right now, I would buy 4 of the nuns from hell or whatever the nuns were. I'll army build nuns all day long, but like show me something like other than the colorless renders. And I swear to God, if I hear about Red Riding Hood one more time, I'm gonna friggin' vomit. Like I know it's coming, so show it and get it out there. Let's go.
Wait, I never thought I would hear the sentence. I would army build nuns.
Yes.
Yeah. Show me something, nuns. JOE ARAH.
Yeah.
Now I have not heard about an army of nuns. Like wait, no, that's right. They have done some digital renders, so I have seen those. I think the last time, and it's been probably a year since the guys that are running the show. They were, it was a convention or whatever, and they said basically that they're throwing all that stuff out there because they want all these pre-orders so they know what to make. It's like that's basically, it's almost like they're making to order. So that's why we're seeing so much of this stuff, for them to kind of get an idea of the interest, so they know what to pursue and what to get out. But I do think they're going to run the risk of their reach exceeding their grasp. Of okay, I pre-ordered 75 figures. I don't want to be 75 years old by the time I get all of my figures.
The largest batch of pre-orders I have is for Monster Force. I mean, I'm waiting. So, but. Again, what they should do is take a page out of some of the Kickstarter books, and at least once a month, come out, talk to us, let us know where you're at, once a month, and
like
then at least
Longbow.
That's it. Call sign Longbow. Yep. So that's where we are. As far as quality, I gave them a 4 out of 5, and I really struggled with this one because the quality is there. I had one issue with Chatsworth, and they jumped right on it, and they swapped it out when I was at ZoloCon. They're like, "Bring it with you. We'll check it out," and they swapped it out. No problem. I think that some of the early figures, they fixed the problems. Like the some of the weapons were really fragile. Like Declan's crossbow and some of the vampires' crossbows were a little fragile, but like I said, I'm harder on them because I love them so much. As far as price, 4 out of 5, and this was a struggle too because there are lower priced ones out there, action figures, but I don't think they come out. And this is where it's difficult. You've got a figure like the command unit that comes with so much stuff that you end up with a baggie, an Uncle Clutch size baggie. And then you have another one like Dracula that comes out, and he has next to nothing, and he's the same price. He's $40. So
they need to get their minds wrapped around deluxe and not deluxe.
Yes. Agreed. 100%. And they can do it because they've lowered the price on some of the ones coming out. And I looked at some of the accessories that are supposed to be with them, and I'm like, why is that one not 40? Why is that one 37?
Right.
I mean, I'll buy it. It's not a problem, but why is that $3 less or $2 less? So I give them a 4 out of 5 because I don't think that they figured it out yet, but I'm hoping they do.
Did I read that it's dropped $2 on some of their figures, some of their older figures?
Not the older ones. So some of the upcoming wave 3, they're $37.99.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rabbit hole getting ready to open.
Everything that's in stock right now is 40.
Yeah. And except for Chatsworth, who's 80.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every 6-inch figure.
Yes.
A lot of stuff is sold out.
Well, and the other thing that kind of has me a little bit sideways, and I guess maybe we can flip to the next slide and get to the rat killing here. So the overall value, 4 out of 5. I put this command unit up against the $42 Special Forces figure. And it is $8 more, and it probably comes with $12 more worth of accessories that are actually worth it.
Beat that drum.
Yeah, I'm gonna smash that horse until there's nothing left. But even if you look at let me just bump this up for a minute here. If you look at the camo,
phenomenal.
It goes all the way around.
How'd you get the all around the leg?
All the way around the leg. Look at that. It's almost
special recipe.
Yeah.
You can do that?
It's called give a shit.
They can.
It's called give a shit. That's what my grandpa used to say. It's called give a shit, son.
There's no doo-doo brown on those legs.
No. So they come with a lot of accessories for the most part. The detail is awesome. They've got good articulation. One thing I will say, and they even managed to get drop down hips in the command unit. But I think there's also value in the fact that they are small batch, right? So guys like this right now are going for insane prices on the secondary market right now because there's none left. There's none left. Yep.
So I got extra. I should have got extra Zolicon.
I mean, how many brains in a jar do you need?
You know what? I probably should have had 3 because I could have paid for so many more Monster Force with that. But so they do hold value, and because they're small batch, one of the things that I did garner from a Punk with Toys chat with Bill was the fact that they don't plan on rerunning figures.
Oh, wow.
Right? So he said we might rerun them in a couple of years. In a couple of years, nobody's going to care.
It's already been a couple of years since some of them have been out.
Yeah. So he's like, maybe it'll be a different version.
Yeah.
So I just want to say this in advance. I do not need an Arctic Dr. Caligari.
Yeah, we frosted over.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
a frosted dome.
But he's white. He's got a white jacket.
So
his nugget be frozen over.
So overall, I give him a 3.2 out of 5, and this killed me because I like them more than this grade shows. But being blatantly honest and comparing them to everything else that's out there, fix those things. And if everything comes out this year that's supposed to come out, and if they fix some of the supply chain issues and everything comes out, there's always that fine line as a collector, right? So you've got nothing's coming out. My God, where's my stuff? And then you've got the other end with like Hasbro really stuck it in me and twisted at the end of last year because everything came out between October and December, like, so, we're collectors. We're never happy. But yeah, I would say right now they're still my favorite line. I love G.I. Joe, but if you talk about quality and value for your dollar and everything else, OMF is it. So thanks, Eric. I appreciate it. You gave me some hope in an otherwise dingy era.
You're so welcome. But they could have a home run right there if they would pull their crap together.
Yeah. Agreed. Well,
same. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think the problem with this line is the same problem with Classified to a point of a lot of products going to drop the second quarter. Yeah. There's going to be an overabundance of stuff. People are going to be like, this is too much. What happened to not enough?
Yeah.
Well, like with McFarlane the other day, I was going to pre-order the new McFarlane Hellboy. Can't find it anywhere. Gone.
Yep.
And I could have cried. I mean, I went and punched my shadow in the throat.
Well, and that's the other thing. That's kind of the other thing that's going on with Monster Force is the water is awfully muddy right now because you've got their Adventure Team brand. What is it? The Omega Team?
Yeah, Omega something.
Yeah.
Omega Force.
And Omega Force, and then you've got Monster Force, and then you've got what is it? Soldiers of Fortune?
Yeah, Soldiers of Fortune. And you also have the one weird like James Bond monkey guy.
Yep.
The Fresh Monkeys, whatever.
Yep. Yeah, Fresh Monkeys.
And the Red Shadows lookalikes.
Yeah, the Crimson Moon.
Yeah.
They're all on the top there.
Yeah, and then you've got Gridiron stuff coming out at the end of the year, the Skull Crushers, who are an offshoot of Captain Gridiron, who's Monster Force. Then you've got Eagle Force coming out as well.
Yeah. These guys right here.
Yep. And there's Monster Force crossover there because what is that, Colonel Stryker or Captain Stryker or
like that.
He's an Eagle Force guy, but now he's on Monster Force, but in an Air Force uniform.
Well, there's some Monster Force in the Eagle Force line too, so
right.
In the 4-inch line, and it looks great. I haven't got it. I need to get it because that is so cool. And then I need to twist Joe's arm.
And if I'm Fresh Monkey Fiction, they're doing the Cops and Crooks too. Is that right?
Yep.
No, I think it's just Big Bag Workshop, isn't it? Or is that?
That might be
the same thing?
I think they are. There's again, the water is awfully muddy currently.
I don't think they're 1 for 1, but they're close enough in the Venn diagram, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. But I figure I liken my fandom for not only G.I. Joe Classified, but also Monster Force as the Steve Martin character. That's what I feel like most of the year. So 3.2 out of 5. I love you. Please help me love you more. Clutch.
I'll never say.
All right, here we go. Man, y'all were rough. I think I'm going to be like the Santa Claus of this group. I'll put my glasses on so we can get serious here. All right.
The Sandy Duncan.
Yeah, exactly. What a lovely lady. She's just a breath of fresh air. All right. So delivery of product. At first, I guess I kind of misunderstood that topic. And so I revised it while all y'all were going. So I thought you meant to me. So sometimes I'm just another pretty face. So delivery of product to the customers and the market at large. So I would say what I like about what Valverse does with this is when they only have snippets of a product or development stuff that could be in a teaser, they do a teaser. We know we've seen stuff with the boat. We saw stuff for the black a while back. We heard snippets about the tin of gear and certain characters. And because we know they're getting them made somewhere else and getting them sent here and then getting them ready for us. So I would say doing good with that. Then the full announcements seem to come when they are aware of both a production and delivery timeline. And when I say delivery, I mean the delivery to them from their manufacturer. So I feel like they do a pretty good job of communicating with their manufacturers and saying, when are we going to have these in our hot little hands? And then communicating inside to their team saying, how quickly can we get these out? So I gave them a 5 on that. I feel like they do better than a lot of the other lines as far as not going overboard with talking about it and showing things that are going to make us feel like they're farther ahead than they actually are. They're realistic. They are open with the fact that they're getting these from somewhere else. They've talked about that. They've even talked about sometimes factory delays and things like that. So for category 1, I gave them a 5.
All right.
And you guys know, and for the audience at large doesn't know, I use a lot of their products in my customs. I like some of their stuff just for fun and play. And, I make no bones about that. I'm always on the lookout for something good from them. I actually just took a big Ziploc bag and took all the Hasbro and Vala parts, separated them because they are a little bit compatible, but it's easier for them to just be categorized together. The second category was new announcements, PR, quality of communication. I gave them a 4 on that. I feel like the quality of communication has only one thing wrong. They have good info dissemination. Again, they're bringing stuff out on social media. I honestly get a lot of the information on them from people like yourselves who just repost their stuff because I may or may not catch it when they drop it, and then I go immediately to their site and I see what's going on. I will say the one reason why I didn't give them a 5 was they have kind of loosey-goosey on the times for release, right? Like they'll say they're going to be available sometime tomorrow. A lot of us work. Some of us work different hours. I know Eric, he doesn't work 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So he might need to know when that is. If he's sleeping, he might want to tell Joe to grab something for him, et cetera, et cetera. So for me, I've literally been at a job and be like, hey, I need you guys to all get out of my, office so I can take care of something and get online and be like, what's going on? I've got a real job here. I need this to be, I can't know what's around noon, what's going on? When is this happening? So I feel like, you're going to sell your stuff. You can say 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. You can say between noon and 5, whatever. Sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. So I feel like that could use a little bit of improvement, but it wasn't enough to knock them down past 4. So that's where they're at on that. Number 3, product quality control, joints. I have a few different things here that will contribute that. So I just basically went by a lot of stuff that I've gotten from them recently and in quarter 1. So one thing would be Day of the Dead figure. A lot of accessories, some good paint work there.
I love that figure.
Lots of hands as normal. Unique. We know that they do the builder figures, but I'm going to kind of come to that with more product price in the next subject. So Day of the Dead, knock them out of the park. Great figure. Hits in a lot of people's wheelhouse. Even some people who said they didn't like it, so they were going to buy it, take the head off, make it into somebody else, and use all the gear, etc. They're aware of that. They know that's how they're making some of their money. They come to terms with it. Then you go to something like the backpacks that they did. They saw a need in the community. They heard a lot of us talking about there were no accessory packs from Hasbro like there were when we were kids. And they jumped on that and they were like, let's do backpacks. Let's do weapons packs. Let's make them affordable. I know there's 3D weapons being made out there by people on Etsy that are pretty awesome. And a lot of them are pretty affordably priced, but to get 5 backpacks or 10 weapons in a pack is very nice and affordable. Also sets of hands and alternate heads. So they definitely branched out into a niche where, again, for my biggest secondary line that I purchased, Hasbro's not doing that. So they're staying ahead of their largest competitor. And I know some people would say, well, Hasbro's so much larger, they're not really a competitor. They are. It's just a different degree and level. The next thing would be the wounded figure. So they took figures that came in damaged packages and reduced price and sold them. And I just got one that was supposed to be wounded, and it was fine. I mean, I shook the package. I showed it to Lady Spartan. I said, this was supposed to be like, I could like resell this as new and make $3, profit right off the top. No, but I got a Pandora in the black outfit, and you guys know she's already been changed into another character. She's got a different head, and her shirt is no longer white. So I got that and jumped on the deal for the wounded. I like that they did that. I haven't seen any deals like that from anybody else. Marvel Legends not doing that. Sometimes you got to argue with someone in the store to get them to give you something off on a damage package, except those wrestlers that I got a good deal on. And then you have where we kind of dip down a little, which is why we didn't get a perfect grade in this category. You have the Praetorians and things that are just being kind of like remarketed. I am not for glow in the dark figures. I think they're stupid. I think they're a gimmick. And now if it's Skeletor, I'm okay with that. So I'm gonna give a pass to the Motu, but I don't need to see like an android that can glow in the dark. I mean, why does he need to do that? He can just come right at me. He's going to take several hits. He's got shields that go up. He's good. So gimmick, there were dropped 4 of them at one time. They didn't vary the builder soldiers really at all. They still have a very similar cut to their uniforms. We see a little bit of variance on some of the Joe builders. We saw the doo-doo stains on the pants of the SF Legacy. You see the gangland boots. So I would say a 4 out of 5 for that category.
Can I say something? Because I wanted to show this guy because he's a Q1 release. So the thing that drives me nuts about any character or any line is when I feel like something comes incomplete, like something that's really cool, but I feel like it's incomplete. So, his tentacles were just this plain gray, and I'm like, what a miss. His hat did not have the button detail. It was just brown, and the tassel was just brown, like it blended into the hat. Like he's got a wired cape, he's got all this cool stuff, like just finish it, right? So I am 100% on board with your assessment as far as product quality, because it's really good. It just sometimes feels like you got it 90% of the way there or 95% of the way there. But the what?
Somebody had said earlier,
his apparel store.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing I like about it, and this is something that Monster Force does good, are the stands. Product quality, the stand, the figures come with stands. Some of them are the diamond plate. Some of this one comes with like a concrete or dried ocean floor, but it has a slot that you can stick the file card right in the stand. So that matters to me anyway.
Yeah. And somebody had said earlier about like, well, why didn't, and to your point, Joe, or like, why not finish it? I feel like it's kind of a joke, but like in the movie Elf, where he's like, this book doesn't have the last 3 pages. And he's like, we're not taking a bath on this, ship it. And I work in production. I'm a production manager by trade. And, some of the things I've worked with, you can't do that because something could blow up or, hurt someone. But then there are products where someone's like, well, this isn't going to be that big of a deal, or they'll figure it out when it gets there. They'll correct this on. So I think that's what happens is some of the time somebody comes along and they say, hey, wouldn't it be cool if this was on there though? And they go, ship it.
Right.
We're not waiting. We're not delaying our communication to our customers. We're not painting buttons on there. They can do that themselves. They'll be like, they'll be like, Uncle Clutch is just going to tell everybody to buy red paint anyway. So it's fine. We'll be okay. But yeah, so I think that's kind of what we suffer through. And with Hasbro, God only knows, like, I feel like they don't have anybody that even like cares about the line. They just care about getting certain things done. checking
Yep.
boxes.
Well,
all right, so the next one. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, and Hasbro's just as guilty, if not more guilty than an unfinished product, because if you look at the Awe Striker, you got to invest another $100 to get it to look even remotely decent, you know. And
True.
it's just it's not a Valaverse problem; it's a systemic problem, I think. So
they're all in cahoots.
Yep.
The cabal. All right, so the fourth category of product price, I have here released and announced prices on stripped figures, fully accessorized, and wounded. Again, the wounded figures being reduced just a little bit because of packaging. That's cool, because again, if you're going to give that as a gift to someone, you know, you might be able to say like, hey, this is not going to look right. But if someone's going to open it and customize it or play with it anyway, they don't care. So you're giving them a break. You know, we have the infantry commando on one hand who comes with all this gear. I think the head is god awful because, you know, I was an infantry commando and I never wore anything like that. I would have suffocated in the first 5 minutes. People don't realize how hot a baklava is. And the first thing that happens when you put goggles on is they fog up. So, and even with cool defogging spray, they fog up. So you're constantly just taking the crap off. Yeah, it's cool though. I don't think I've ever said on our show, but the first rule of special operations is look cool. The second rule is don't die. The third rule is if you die, make sure you look cool while you're doing it. So now you guys know the 3 important rules. That's why we wear all those cool sunglasses and stuff, you know, because you got to look cool. Sometimes that can intimidate the enemy, and it's like, whoa, those guys look really cool. We shouldn't go over there.
Those sunglasses are so scary.
Exactly. They're like, if they got those, they're serious. They mean business.
Oh man, you know they're cool as hell. Oh man,
their helmets are way better. So let's see here. I gave them a 5 on pricing because if you have not just the thing where he came out and said I'm reducing prices, but like if I want to get a figure that's stripped down and has just hands and a little tiny gun and a baklava on, it's, you know, $20. If I want to get a figure that's got some hands and some accessories, you know, that's closer to $30. So I feel like they are trying to slightly outpace their competition with that. And frankly, you know, based on some of the figures we talked about tonight, they are doing that. And they really are not going to have to work too much harder to do it, because if they're in a race with everybody else and the other people are starting to walk backwards, well, they're just got to keep walking forwards at a medium pace. And, you know, the SF Legacy was a big example of that. Are there some things that are cool about that? Yeah, the RPG is cool. The helmet is cool. I'd love 10 of those helmets. I'd give them $42 for 10 of those helmets, right? Because then I could just give everybody cool helmets so flat. You know how much hard work I have to do to make a helmet like that? Like a lot. But some of the stuff on there, I'm just like, you know, and some of the people that customize that I communicate with, they're just like, what is going on with this, you know, this paint job and things like that. So I think, yeah, they just have to stay a little bit imaginative. They have to keep some control on their prices, and they have to, you know, not just release colored and glow in the dark figures, but throw us a few bones. We've got a female figure coming from them. The Garrison, the big dude with the
Malice.
Malice.
Not Metalhead.
Wakanda. Malice, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to overall value was basically an average of the scores. So everything, they came to a 4.5 out of 5. And I wasn't sure, you know, where they were going to end up as I was doing it. But like I said, I was really just trying to be objective. And, you know, I would say the only thing that it wasn't a category is kind of what we talked about Monster Force, right? Was like, sometimes I want to get something that they released and it's like, well, now I got to like hope Big Bad Toys has it or go to the secondary market. And I'm just not going to pay someone stupid amount of money for a figure that I really just want to make into a different, better figure. Because then if I wanted to sell it to someone, you know, price point wise, or do it as a giveaway or something, like I'm going to take a bath on it. So I did actually bring that up to them one time on their social media, as far as like, hey, you know, a problem is the availability. And it was taken really wrong when I said, hey, I'm actually saying like, I like your product and I want to give you money. Like, this is how capitalism works. And like, when me, like a terrible student who had to go in the military because of lack of options, is having to explain to someone about capitalism, like we've hit a rough road. You know? I was like, okay, gotcha. We're not going to do the capitalism review lesson. Okay, cool. I'll just suck it up and hope I find something from somewhere, you know. And that's fortunately people are, you know, trading and selling on eBay. Some people are selling at a decent price and not just trying to, you know, kill each other over it. But yeah, I think that's the only thing is like when these figures are hitting and it's like, okay, you sold, let's say they ordered 5,000 and you sold 5,000 and you have 1,000 people more who want one. Okay, you under ordered, do a re-release, figure it out, get the product into the hands of the people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Looks like they're the top dog right now.
Yeah, and we gotta send that to Hasbro or to Bobby and just say, hey, you know, you're beating Hasbro.
Oh, he knows he's beating Hasbro. He talked about
and we've talked about that. I mean, he is in a prime space right now. You know, he needs to strike while the iron is hot. And I think the only thing that's tripping him up is because he can't fight the fact that he's a smaller company. He does need to get more figures out per year. You know, it's
agreed.
The recolored, the reissued, different colored figures. That's just to keep the lights on. You know, he's got to have something out to keep his name recognition, keep his brand out there, and I don't fault him for that. I mean, he understands that he's building a niche for himself. He sees what Hasbro isn't doing and is doing that, knowing that people will buy it. I mean, it's crazy. Like the most views I've had on any of my longer form videos is one of his weapons packs. Not a figure of any other line that I have ever done. It's the weapons pack Lima. I've gotten over like a couple of thousand views on that. And so there's clearly, you know, he knows where his niche is. And the only thing is just, I think maybe I'm wrong, but I think he's the only one doing the designs. So I think hopefully at some point he's going to have to hire somebody to help him with that so that production
Mark
can
II,
ramp
right?
up. So
doesn't Mark II do the weapons?
Do they?
I believe so.
Oh,
don't quote
okay,
me.
okay.
Mark II Designs. I think they both contribute.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
And you know, just to respond to
the figure
whole,
design.
Oh, figure. That's Bobby. I thought you were talking about the weapons.
That's all
weapons
Bobby.
packs.
No. Sorry. It's I think the figures is what he definitely needs somebody or needs to ramp that up. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean the whole fact that, you know, a small company like that. Would you rather? Let's say it's your company, all you guys. Would you rather sell out or make so many you're sitting on them?
Right. Yeah.
You sell out so you can make the next wave.
Right. And you know, and I do like the fact that he occasionally will have those not necessarily like reissues, but like we found these extra of these first, the first couple of waves, and I do like the announcements. I get the emails. I'm on the email list, so it's the July 4th holiday sales. That's when I got my Vanguard. Got a great deal on the Vanguard. And probably the second best viewed video that I have was the Recon Trooper. I had a QC issue on the shoulder, right? And so I got in the review was not just the figure, but more like the quality control, like the customer service. I contacted them. They asked for some pictures, sent them some snapshots. Dang, you okay there, Jono? And they sent me a figure. Now the second figure had problems with the hips, but I could fix that problem. But there was solid customer service there, so I really appreciated that. So, yeah,
customer service is a big thing. I mean, they have great customer service. Delta 17 has great customer service. Obviously, Operation Monster Force, they took care of Joe like that. These smaller companies will have the better customer service.
Yeah.
Max, let me ask you a question, and then everyone else answer behind you. Do you think they're being smart by staying away from vehicles on a larger scale to concentrate on figures? Because I feel like Hasbro is about to get bogged down on some things.
You mean Valverse staying away from, or smaller companies?
Yes, like,
staying away
they've got the Vanguard. Hell, I bought a Vanguard
Mhm.
missile set to put on a vehicle that I was building myself, and it cost me like $15 for like an accessory. But he's not worrying
Yeah.
about a line of vehicles, large or small, and I'm wondering if that's going to kind of help propel him ahead in this race. Because I mean, if you look at it, a despoiler is I could get like 2 full and 4 builder figures for that same amount of money.
Right.
I could literally have a squad. I mean,
I think, I mean, I don't know if he's addressed this in maybe the 3POA podcast or something, but it seems like if he could do like 1 vehicle a year of something, I think that would probably benefit him. I mean, that whole Zodiac, night assault, that's, I mean, it's just, I mean, it looks kind of simple, but it's also so cool. And it's something that nobody else has. And it's another one of those things where he's looking at what Hasbro isn't doing and giving people what they know they want. So it's like, I'm going to do a water vehicle, and yes, it floats. So I think he's, having worked for the company, he knows the people there, he knows how they work and how they function and how they think. And he's just like, what are they not doing? And what do people want? And so I'm like, I mean, it's capitalism right there. Give the people what they want. So, but I can't see him spending too much time on it, because I would imagine that the tooling and the production and the upfront costs and all of that probably is pretty costly. And then, I mean, like I said, I got a really good deal on the Vanguard, but later on it was even better. Like later on last year, they had an even better sale. So it kind of makes you wonder, how well is it really selling? And so maybe he's scaling it down. Did you? Okay, so I don't know. Maybe he's done land.
Look at big time Casey.
He's been working on that swarm vehicle for the longest time.
Yeah,
we haven't had
if you think about like what's missing, like we were talking about, Dookie and I were talking about, and then I think he brought it up in a podcast, is the motorcycles for the Dreadnoks, right? And he said he uses the ones from the Wolverine, which are a basic price on Amazon of $40. So you're having to buy that, you get a figure, you may have 5, like he has several of the little Wolverine figures. So if he were to make a biker style bike and put a price point of $30, people would buy those for their Dreadnoks. And he could call it, he could just make a boyfriend for Pandora. We all know she looks like a Dreadnought anyway. I have her sitting there with all my Dreadnoughts. So like, if you want to make money / stick it to the man, like, it's like, call me up, bro. Like, we'll mend some fences and I'll help make you some money,
right.
Pandora doesn't want a boyfriend.
No.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Lady Spartan's in the other room laughing right now. She read the bio yesterday. That's right.
Well,
Pandora, my apologies. I'm going to probably get cut later, so may not make it next Sunday.
But has anybody heard what the price point is, like, or and this goes into what Clutch was saying about how vague they can be sometimes. But did anybody hear what Bobby said about the Zodiac, about the price point?
All I heard was, I'm not going to believe it.
Yeah. So the other night he said it was going to be well under $100.
Well under. And it holds 4 to 6 figures.
I hope so. It was just a boat.
Yeah.
But it floats.
I mean, it floats.
Well, yeah, it does float.
I think it does have like a water piece like that. That boat from the Fortnite. So
will it come with a coxswain?
I hope so.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Wow.
I gotta look that up now.
I guess my question,
the guy who drives the boat.
Okay.
You can put something out for well under $100, but is it going to be finished, and to what level? That's going to be like, you could try and sell me a boat for $70, but if I'm going to have to put another $30 into it, then it's $100 boat, right? Like it's $100 boat.
Yeah,
but it's supposed to come with that grenade launcher on the front, right?
And
so it's coming with a crew served weapon, and if it's painted out, decked out, maybe throw a couple of paddles in there. Like I said, throw a $20 coxswain in there, and you're good.
Yeah, I think it does.
Give
come
a name
with
like Swifty or something,
Yeah. And it's interesting. He's also thrown up on the website. You can get the Reaper figure from the Vanguard separately now.
Yep, I saw that.
So yeah, I think I'm guessing it's probably going to be more like 75. And I'm wondering if he's going to do paint on it, tampographics instead of stickers, because it does float. So stickers might wear away. You know, the water might get underneath the material,
So,
like that. Because there came a ton of stickers.
Casey,
I gotta be up at 3. I'm out of here, guys. Had a great time.
All right.
You guys
Yeah,
killed it.
I need to jump off here too.
Take
All
care,
right.
everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Y'all have a good evening.
See you, bud.
Oh, we just saw his whole living room.
I like Larry's attitude. Do we really have to work tomorrow? Come on. I don't know. We just started picking up viewers. I'm going to have to talk to Casey about this.
No, as far as his vehicles go, I think honestly he'll have a harder time coming up with new vehicles as opposed to new figures, because inherently coming up with a new vehicle is harder.
Sure.
Because I mean the Vanguard is based on the Resvani thing, so to a point, all the heavy lifting was already done.
Yeah.
So that's why he's taking forever on that swarm copter.
Yeah. I'm guessing that's like a passion project for him. It looks like.
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't done a swarm thing in a couple of years now, right?
Yeah, it's been a while. I only bought that glow-in-the-dark Swarm Tracer because I just didn't have a Swarm figure. You couldn't find him anywhere, and I mean, you can buy them off of eBay. But yeah, that Swarm vehicle, that is probably some kind of passion project, and I would imagine it, as detailed as it is going to require a whole lot of tooling, which is going to, very small detail, intricate detail. It's going to be pricey whenever it comes out, but he hasn't given an update on it in a while, so my guess is it's on the back burner.
He's making the switch into the oldies pre-pack.
Yeah. Hey, I'm still waiting for a Maritime Corps Trooper weapons pack. It's like the word that
came with like flintlock pistols and like anchors, boarding anchors. Yeah. That'd be fun.
Yeah, but I do have somebody gave me a bunch of Visa gift cards that I will be using for my Valaverse figures whenever they go live in May.
Nice.
So, yeah, and there's like at least 4, maybe 5 figures that he's announced that I definitely want, and I wish that Malice didn't come with that same bazooka, because I already have 2 of those. I don't need a third. Yeah. So it's like, that's a pretty cool figure, but I don't need 3 of those things.
Yeah,
maybe we can do some horse trading.
An African American character that doesn't have the Black Panther haircut.
Yeah.
Hey, at least it's not a bald dude with a beard or a goatee. Like, we've got enough roadblock versions. I've said this before. Like, give me a black dude with some personality in his hair.
Yeah.
Rollout is another cousin. Like, come on. Like, how many cousins does Roadblock have?
Right.
Heavy duty.
So for our last segment, as always, we have our workbench warfare, and Uncle Cludge, do you have anything to say pre, or do you want to reserve it for post?
I'll say pre. I kind of skipped over what I was going to do as the third one. I went to more of like an organizational thing for people, again, trying to think about folks who are starting out and are like, okay, I need all these things and it's overwhelming. And I really tried to just kind of scale it down and go to like, okay, what do you need versus what do you just think you need?
Gotcha. All right. Well, let's, as they say, send it. And let's do this. We'll just give it full screen. Enhance.
Good evening, everybody. Workbench Warfare, episode 3, getting ready to commence here. No, it's not going to be about Zartan. I just thought he'd be fun to start off with a view of instead of the setup in front of me, which I'm going to go into. But today we're going to talk about workspace setup, working with tools, limited space. Some of you have a whole workbench. I don't. It's just called Workbench Warfare. I have a small eating area in my abode, and I'm going to talk about how I've set it up for maximum use of minimal space. As you can see, there it is. I've got my gloves on, which some of the time I use when I'm painting and some of the times I don't. So I have to vigorously wash the paint off my hands that inevitably stains it, and sometimes even the glue, like last night when I was using what we mentioned in a prior video, super glue gel from Gorilla, and my fingers did start trying to stick together. So fortunately that did not happen, and you do not want to wait on that. As I say, you don't want to sleep on that. So I'm going to start with from left to right. I always keep some acetone nearby. That says brush cleaner, but that is where I put my 100% acetone, and we'll put that in a small dish or shot glass like we have over here to clean brushes out, because the water just doesn't do it. The water in this cool little Citadel cup that has grates at the bottom to rake your brush across, and then the little lines, dip it off. You've got a little rest here where you can, and I'm a lefty, so some of you may do it the opposite way, but I work left to right. So I'm going to basically select my brush from here, depending on the progress. And so for this gent right here, Zartan appearing to be wearing a Viper vest, but no, that is not a Viper vest. That is his motorcycle vest that he is going to wear when riding his customized motorcycle. As is, this is his helmet, which we'll come back to what that's on and where that is. So that's going to be something where when I put some accents, that's going to be a smaller tip brush. So something like that's not going to do it. Maybe something like that. And the only thing I keep in here besides the brushes are a black paint pen, which really comes in handy, and I think it's starting to get low. And then I always open the wrong side 100% of the time, a chrome pen. The liquid chrome pen is picked up at Hobby Lobby, and it does not have a name on here. It's going to be in the painting section, not the model section. It's going to be where all the fancy paints are and all the Sharpies and whatnot. So you see I have my 3-tiered holder here. That is not a paint holder. That is, a little close up here for you. That is a fingernail polish holder from Amazon. Very cheap, very effective way to hold several paints, as you can see. And what we're going to do is talk about why I have it set up the way I do. Now, I keep a lot of primary colors that I'm going to use, which is washes, certain browns, warm brown, light umber, caramel brown. I really like the browns, right? Brown wash. I've got a red on here, a couple of greens, OD green, leather brown, warm tone, regular gray, dark Feldgrau. That is from a war paint set that was World War II colors, and it's actually pretty cool. It's what gave me this rust color, which is kind of handy. And then on the bottom, we have some Citadel paints. And I should have turned them all out to face you so they'd all look pretty. These are some of my favorite and most often used. Cantor Blue, tip of the day, 98% match to Cobra uniforms. There's no fucking around with that. All right. Lead Belcher, great color. Might be the color of Zartan's custom motorcycle. Might be the color going on his vest and helmet sometime later today. This green is just my favorite. Moot green. They never name anything normal, by the way. Let's see. They have Iron Warriors as a base color. And what the cool thing about Citadel is you have colors that are your base. You have colors that are your layer. So recently I did a custom where I started with rust and then I layered on this scrag brown. All right, some other things up here. You notice I have Q-tips with a special variety. I've got little tiny ones for both painting small areas and cleaning up paint from small areas. Then I've got point tip on one end. You're going to get these in the makeup section of your grocery store. I will often pull one of these out, throw it in my mouth and get it a little wet and wipe off paint. You got to be careful though if you have a used one, because then you're going to get a mouthful of paint, and that's unpleasant. Toothpicks, great for applying glue to small areas, great for applying paint to even smaller areas. So I keep those in there. Clear nail polish, stinky to be damned, but great for tightening a joint, especially in all those Joes we get with the terrible ankle joints that do not work worth a damn. And you set your figure up and he falls over on his face. So also we have, for you guys know I love tattoos and overlays, we've got Microsol, which you brush on to help it fit into the contours of a figure. I don't think I have anybody. Yes, I do. I have somebody nearby that I can show you. You don't know who this character is yet. He hasn't debuted. But we'll see here. He has on the back of his tricep, on his forearm, on his neck. I wonder what he is. Oh, snap. He's a dreadnought. What's his name? You want to know his name, don't you? That's Chains. Obviously, he's got chains on his vest. We're gonna have a video on him at a later date, but I just wanted to show you the overlays. And then micro set, kind of as it says, helps it set in, helps it solidify, dry, etc. And then of course, if you really want it to set, you spray it with some matte finish. I do have one of my glues up here with my cockeyed cap because it doesn't go on very well. I have my nice clean board. Look how clean it is on that side, because I don't use that side. This is good for cutting on. I don't use the measuring at all whatsoever, so I can't really speak to that. I keep several of these on hand. You see I have some black paint in there, so when that dries, I can throw more black paint in there. And I'll be honest with you, once all 9 holes are filled, I go ahead and throw it away. That's what she said. All right, thumbtack. Good for fixing glue when the cap glues shut. We have sticks here. The clip will hold just about anything. You can see it's been spray painted numerous times. They sometimes get stuck shut. And then we have some putty on a stick, which is great for working on heads, helmets, etc., where you don't want to clip it. Tools that I keep by the workbench and accessories, makeup pads, again, at your local grocery store. I prefer the ones with texture on them. Note the texture, the little dimpling. I feel like it takes stuff off better. Paint, tattoos that we want to remove, camo patterns, etc. Also keep several pairs of pliers, but this is my primary one for handling gear. I have a different one for handling overlays. My snips, which we've talked about before, pliers. If I am not wearing the cutting glove that we talked about in episode 1, I am holding the item with pliers. And of course, a very well used paint rag to dab your brushes on, dry them off, etc. So, and like I said, gloves. I get these at the automotive store. I used to get them from a online supply store when I wore them in law enforcement, but now I just need about 12 pairs to get me several months. It's great to wear if you're holding something and spray painting, because you will get spray paint on your fingernails and inside of your pores of your skin. Not fun. So basically, have a good setup, have something you can set up and take down. This is a place where sometimes we have to entertain someone or eat and enjoy a little fellowship ourselves. So all this comes down. And real quick, pan over the bonus content, the hobby cart, which is a mess. So we're not going to explain it, but tool bins, top shelf, middle shelf, bottom shelf, mostly spray paints. I thank you guys for tuning in. Look forward to making episode 4 of Workbench Warfare, and we will tease that before the next Sunday Fun Day drops.
Awesome. Awesome. Where did everybody go?
We're still
here. Here we go.
We're still
here.
Where
did everybody go? So thank you. That was awesome. And
yeah,
what a tip on how to save on a paint carriage there.
I'll give you guys an extra tip that I just worked out tonight, right before and during and towards the end of our show. I was actually painting some gear for a guy, and Lady Spartan is a special painter expert at like walls and things like that. And I said, hey, I said, you cover a bucket of paint with a wet rag, right? And she's like, yeah. And I said, what if I did that on that little cup? I said, because I want to use that green a little bit later and it's going to dry. And I'm going to want to, after the show, I'm going to want to put a coat again on this gear. And she's like, oh, wet it and try it. No, I did. So I put that dirty washcloth, I wet it, put the scissors on top, covered, paint's perfect. And it's been like an hour and change. So it would have normally just dried in the cup. So there's a way you guys can preserve a little paint.
What was that? What was that blue you said? That said just for the Cobra blue?
Cantor,
it's like
Kantor.
And it's spot on like Cobra blue.
Yeah, I mean, if you put it on a uniform and you walk away and it dries, like I said, it's 98% match.
Okay, because I've
gone through several blues to find that out. I finally brought a Cobra to a store and went up to the guy and I was like, I need to match this paint. And I said, and I've had 4 failures. And he's like, come with me. And he's like, Citadel, Cantor blue. And I was like, I'm coming back here if it's wrong. So
yeah, because I've gotten Tamiya. I've used their blue. I think it's just regular blue, but and then I put mix black into it, mix it up, and just keep testing and until you get it right. It doesn't take a lot of black, but
I'll grab it.
Yeah, it would be nice if it was if there was just a one you didn't have to mix.
Oh, hold on. Let me embiggen you.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Cantor blue.
Nice.
The brush on, not the airbrush, unless you're airbrushing. And I see there's a question for me here. What is Tampo? Is that like a?
So that's the paint. That's like
that's your
your tattoos and things.
Tattoos.
Oh yeah, that's acetone. So basically, with the acetone, you put it on a Q-tip or a makeup pad, wipe it, and then immediately wipe it with something like water, spit. Don't, like I said, don't get the contact with the acetone. It's not pleasant. But yeah, you want to clean the acetone off or it will continue to eat through the material very slowly. And you want to go light. You want to take whatever you don't like if you're doing Gung Ho's chest, right? And you want to get the USMC tat off because you're going to turn him into a random thug. You go light. And it might look a little dirty. That's fine. You can work with that. Then you go like part acetone, part water, and wipe it. You thin it out. Otherwise, you're going to have like a part where his flesh like changed color, and now you got to figure something out.
Yeah,
You'd say he got acid burns or something. I don't know. Frostbite from laying in the snow with a vest on.
See,
and you have to be especially careful with figures of color. So yeah, if you are doing it on Roadblock, he's got that lion tattoo, and I'm just like, I just swipe it off light, little bit at a time. A little is better than just, I saw people like they pour the acetone on. No, that's going to get in the joint. Next thing you know, the arm's falling off.
Yeah. Okay.
So I just thought of a good Friday night show where you're doing your custom thing and I'm doing my dios, and people could just ask us questions as we're doing our thing. That might be a cool Friday night show idea. Because someone had asked the other day, I forget which show I was on. Maybe it was Podcast from the Pit. Maybe it was Wednesday night. Someone was like, oh, you're not doing Friday nights anymore. And I'm like, man, like there's just so much going on right now. I can't do a lot of Fridays. So, but that might be.
I had thought about doing a breakdown where I take that stalker that I showed at the beginning of the show and turn him into somebody and do the segments. I had tried to hit Joe up about this because I'm lazy, but I told Lady Spartan I have to get some editing software so I can just do different videos, like do the boil and pop, show me spray painting, because like I said, I put putty on all the holes that I don't want filled with spray paint. And I can literally knock out a figure fairly quick if I have the plan and I know I can do one thing while something's drying, and then somebody could see it go from this, which is what I did with Beachhead, the IRA soldier of Beachhead, and people love that thing. And I was like, I was just effing around, I just was like, what would Beachhead look like if he was in the IRA, and he had the mask on, and he was like, get the Brits, and came out fun. Took part of a day. Lady Spartan was on a work trip. I was off work, and I was like, by that evening, I had him finished, and was like, okay, let me just make the circles, and because his mask was open, and took some photos and put them out there. People were like, oh, that's so cool, and I'm like, I guess, like.
Well, just off the strength of the that segment, I ordered some rust washes for my dumpster.
There you go.
Okay,
because they're not coming.
Rec Ship, thank you for joining us.
Hope you feel better.
I think, please feel better.
I think I'm getting some of my wife's crud. She coughs a lot.
Yeah.
All right.
Good health to the household.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
And I think we will need to wrap up before we hit Punk with Toys. Punk with Toys length. But why don't we go around real quick, see where everybody's headed, if anybody's got anything coming up, and we'll let people get on with their evening here. Max,
All right.
What do you got?
So I got to do my reviews for my NECA Turtles and the Usagi Yojimbo. Got to do that, and I got to do Crazy Legs here. And I just posted my second volume retrospective for G.I. Joe: A Real American Hero. Need to do 3 and 4. And Kickstarter's still going on. About a week left. Tuesday will be a week. There'll be a week to go. And so if you're interested in picking up, if you missed out on the Marvel run, you can get that on this Kickstarter, or you can get all 8 volumes and be caught up with the Skybound stuff. So yeah, if you're into the comics, highly recommend you jump on that. But yeah, that's what I got going on.
We're almost done, Lady Spartan. Good God.
Let's go. Let's go.
Come on.
Land the plane.
Lady Spartan would be good. she would be good at the Oscars.
Hello.
She'd be like, all right, you're done. Thank God. Thank your manager. You're good.
Playing us off. Wes,
do it live.
Coming up.
We'll do it live. Wednesday night, O-Ring Operatives, Danny, aka Alpha One Creative, and I are going to be talking about. I'm still waiting on an answer from him, but I think we're going to be talking about. Are you displaying your collection correctly? I don't know. So yeah, we'll have a topic.
Cool.
So
Probably not.
Join us Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time.
All right, perfect. All right, Clutch. Anything burning? Cooking up here?
I'll be watching all y'all's stuff, and in between that, a couple of them might get on Replay Squad because I got some night shift work coming up Wednesday, Thursday. But I will also be doing a couple of breakdown videos of a couple of the newest Dreadnoks, and also of the Zartan bike, the Warhorse, kind of show how I took that from zero to hero. And also, I just rearranged all the shelves today. Speaking of Wes talking about display, because I wanted to dust them, and also I'm spring clearancing some figures so I can fund my secret mercenary army that I'm building just for myself, just for fun. And they actually have their own logo, and they're going to have some drones and things, and they're just going to basically mix it up with Joe's, Cobras, and whoever. But I'm going to probably take some pictures of the new shelf setups and kind of tease some custom figures from the OGs, and also some versions of like the replacements, like what they would show up as looking a little more military, like Budo and Alpine, Snow Job. Like, what do they look like when they're not wearing their specialized uniforms? So there'll be some stuff coming out in both stills on Instagram and then some breakdown videos on YouTube. And here and there, I don't know when I'm going to do them and post them, but I'm going to work on them.
Very cool. Well, I know, Clutch, I'm going to be hitting you up and giving you some free editing software options that I use, that you can use, on your phone, on an iPad, that are really low budget or no budget.
If you have an Android, I do have an option, but if you're not Android, then go.
No, I shall do that then, because I am
okay.
But I would like to do it on my tablet, because I don't like to do stuff like this that's important. I like to do it on the tablet, which is what I'm talking to you fellows on. So
Nice. And I'm definitely going to hit you up. Maybe we could do one with Dookie too, and just have like a creative evening, and put some thought into that, and we'll come up with something, and we'll go from there. But thank you everybody who hung in there with us. We got 4 left, and then there were 4, and we'll see everybody soon. Thanks for hanging in. Have a good night.
Y'all.
See ya.
Night, guys.
Oh, there it is.